But the takeaway was, within 4 months, I became a state champion bowler. It was well deserved.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just now waking up from the alarm. I am pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie, but we got to get in the shower and get ready for work. Good morning. Good morning. We made it to work. The time is obviously 7 a.m., so we're gonna turn that bad boy off. It's when I normally should be waking up, but unfortunately we had to work this morning. What I got going on here is I'm just downloading Excel, making the schedule for next week of work, and afterwards I'm actually working on some music to put in my videos, make them a little more uplifting, and you know what I'm saying. The day's going to consist of 1, going to work from 6 to 2, 2, working out from 2 to probably like 4-ish, and then we have a haircut at I think 4:45, a party at 7:30, which is the highlight of the video, because you know what, your boy's a state champ bowler. Yeah, I average around 300. Generally don't bowl anything less than that, so you guys are gonna get to see me in my prime. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't bowled since my senior year of high school when I did win the state championship, so it's liable to be. And on top of that, I don't have the bowling ball that I bowled with, so it's even worse. But we're gonna have fun. There's gonna be some good people there, and it's gonna be cool to see people outside of the work environment, because I know I, for one, am completely different outside of work, and I think Donald could say the same thing. I think some of the people that are hopefully going from food and beverage, if you know what I'm saying, will also be a little bit different. So that's going to be exciting to see. We'll see you at the gym. Now we're at the gym, currently in the sauna, about to write up a workout. We're doing, like I said, glamour muscles for the bowling tonight, since it is our state title. I just want to go and get this out my chest. This is a very important story for me. I think it's a funny story, but it's also very serious. My entire high school career consisted of pretty much golf. My freshman year, I played baseball, and I took that very serious my entire life, up until my freshman year. I had a coach that was very hardcore, and I still wanted to be a catcher. I grew 8 inches within that year. Diagnosed with Osgood-Schlatter, which is a growing disorder where the tendon that attaches to the kneecap detaches from the shin, and it's incredibly painful. It swells up so much. In other words, I simply could not bend over anymore. My knees would not bend past 90 without it being excruciating. And even over that, it was incredibly painful for me to do anything other than maybe walk, and even walking was painful. And so I was forced to make the decision of quitting baseball and following my newfound passion of golf. My best friend at the time was Roy Carlson. We don't talk much anymore, but I still do consider him to be one of my best friends of all time. He was a great friend of mine, and to this day I still respect the kid. He and I both fell in love with the game of golf so fast. We wanted to spend as much time as possible, and I remember we went as far as going into his backyard, which was the San Juan Country Club at the time, and stealing golf during the nights when they would get off. We were in love with the game of golf, and so I completely immersed myself in it. And so over the summer, after my freshman year, I worked so hard, and actually this was my 8th grade career. I didn't play baseball in my freshman year. 8th grade summer, I completely submerged myself into the game of golf, and I was playing about 17 hours per day, and that was nuts. My parents, the only thing keeping me from playing more than that was my parents, because they eventually had to pick me up and go to bed. So that goes to show how much I loved the game. And so I quickly became better and better. My sophomore year, I had a milestone at my state tournament. My junior year rolled around and I started to enroll in some harder classes. I was in Calculus 2 at the time, my junior year, so I was quite ahead. And then I was in AP Physics. I had a couple other hard classes. And on top of that, I had my first serious relationship with a girlfriend. And so I had a lot of things distracting me. And so my junior year was by far my worst year of golf, and I'm not proud to say that. My scoring average went from being a 70, like a 75, 76 my sophomore year, and it went up to an 80 my junior year. But luckily, I fell in love also my junior year with a very beautiful person who has changed my life for the better. I strongly believe that. That person changed me into a completely different person, and it really was for the better. She was a very beautiful person inside and out, and I really do believe I wouldn't change it for the world. And although we aren't together today, this 4 years that we did have together was just extremely beautiful, and I'm so happy that I did have that. And so that was my junior year. Going into my senior year, still being with that person, it was awesome. I had an extreme feeling of security, and that person, she made me feel limitless, so to speak. I was the most ambitious the past 4 years of my life than I was really any other time, and I do thank her for that, because she really did force me to consider the true time perspective of things. And so I became more serious. Golf season hit, and I was so fired up. It was by far my best year. I was peaking at the correct time, you could say. So my senior year, I won every single tournament. I had a scoring average of 71.5, which is D1 level scoring average. Problem was I hadn't reached out to college coaches yet, and they weren't exactly looking at high school tournaments. So after the spring or the fall season, I had won every single tournament. People were talking about me after what I had been doing, and it felt good. It felt really good. But then the winter hit, and we started transitioning into the colder days. It snowed, so I wasn't able to practice my game like I normally was. And my friends invited me to go bowling. So the bowling season, for those of you who don't know, it's between like December to February. So I was like, screw it, let's do it. And I don't know what I would have done without that, without making that decision. That decision right there changed my entire life. And I do believe that firmly. So in November, my best friend Chad and my best friend Justin, they pulled me to the bowling alley, and we started doing bowling practice every Tuesdays. I started with just like a 15-pound ball and throwing the shit out of it, like trying to get it to go as fast as I possibly could, although that might not have been the best way to start. So as I started practicing more, and as I started going week by week, I started to get better. I started to hit my spares. I started to get those strikes, rolling over frames, and I started to kind of grow up, a small passion for it. And so all of a sudden, I was under the spotlight of the varsity coach at the time, and I was friends with, the best player on the team, Trey Franks. So I had some good people around me. Chad was very good. Mitch Marcy was very good. He wasn't the best kid at the time. And Trey Franks was also a very good player in all of New Mexico. So I had some really good people there to help me. But I got a really serious passion. This is the first thing you guys will learn about me. If I grow a love for something, I am going to make sure that I'm good at it. It's just who I am. I have a burning desire to get good at things that I like doing. Golf, baseball, bowling, you name it, hunting. I've done a lot of things, and I've gotten really good at a lot of things. So bowling comes around, 2 months have passed. We have state in 1 month. It's in the beginning of February. And so I started taking it serious. The varsity coach got me my own bowling ball so I could start to practice how to curve the ball. He slowed my speed down from 24 miles per hour all the way down to 15 miles per hour just so I could start to get the feel of the curve. I then seeked out a mentor, so to speak, for bowling. His name was Jim. He was an older guy, and he was just legendary at the game. And he was a weirdo. He could have been a rapist, but I trusted the guy. Chad and I spent some late nights with the guy. He was teaching us. And I remember there was one epiphany that I had. He told me to act like I was holding a Nerf football in my hands, to roll it back, and then try to throw a spiral. And that's the stroke that you should have at the bowl. As soon as he told me that, it became so black and white. All of a sudden, the only thing I had to worry about was hitting my mark. In bowling terms, that means rolling the ball over a certain spot in the aisle so it will go where you want it. And so I became really good. And Trey Franks convinced the coach to put me on the varsity team to take him to state. My first tournament, I bowled in the 200s. It happened to be my first 200 game. And shortly thereafter, we went to state and we won. So my takeaway from this is that you can really make strides on anything that you love. As long as that passion's there to get you to get out of bed in the morning or stay up on those long, because I was never the person to wake up early. So I was always the person that stayed there till 2 or 3 in the morning, as long as they were open. So that worked for me. But the takeaway was, within 4 months, I became a state champion bowler. It was well deserved. So it might not have been the most intensive workout, but one thing it was a very good pumper. Got the chest pumped, got the biceps pumped. It's really all that matters. We had to cut a little bit short because we are going to get this haircut managed. So if Bernard lets me film in the haircut, you'll see what goes on. Bernard decided he wasn't quite comfortable with being filmed during the haircut, but we talked about it. He didn't quite understand exactly why I was doing it in the beginning, and I respect him for that. But as we talked more about what I was doing and what exactly I'm about, he's actually wanting me to do it next time, so that's exciting. But meanwhile, we have the number 2 on the sides tapered in, feeling good. So we're nice, clean cut. Only thing that is blemished on me is this pimple. Look at it. Look at it. Life is tough. I'm just joking. I'm sure a lot of people have it a lot worse. I'm lucky enough to have decent skin. I still have probably a pimple on my face at all times. I don't ever wash my face either, so that's kind of gross and revealing. I probably shouldn't have said that. I need to edit tonight's video for vlog number 4. We are on a 4-day streak. That is awesome. And I also need to get that Instagram post uploaded. Although that Instagram post is important, what's more important is this right here. The fact that prior knowledge, 7 months ago, I was ticketed for speeding like 5 over or some shit. And point is, I appealed the ticket, went to court, and I got it dismissed. Let's see what we can post on Instagram. But first we have to go in and dig through all this mail, because I saw some other mail that was, it gives me a weary feeling. So let's go check that out. Alright guys, so let's go and check out this mail. So there was this from Judge Joe Martinez. That was about my ticket. I wasn't too sure exactly what that was going to be. See, and this is the other thing I was worried about, is Tanya Shelby, the San Juan County Clerk. Oh, of course not. Why am I just stressing about little things? Alright, so that's actually really good news, because I was worried about 2 things. The first one being from the judge about the ticket. That was good news. And the second thing was from the county clerk. For some reason, I ran a business my freshman year, and I wasn't too sure how I filed my taxes, and I've just kind of been scared ever since. No, I just created that. That's something that jogs my memory. I know exactly what it means. To me, that means don't be afraid to take new risks, because, you know, life's gonna hit you regardless, so you might as well fail fast as opposed to failing slow. Everybody's going to fail, and I learned young that the faster you fail, the more likely you're going to succeed. The more failures, the more successes. It's just, it's a numbers game. So let's go ahead and eat this sandwich. This peanut butter sandwich, I made a real quick peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I forgot the, I forgot where the bowling alley was, but we finally did find it, so that's kind of cool. Now we're here at Santa Ana, but I still don't really know where it is, so I guess we're gonna go on an adventure, find that, and you'll see us bowl. Can't really find a quiet place in this damn casino, so we're upstairs. We finally did find the bowling alley, found all of our friends, so that it's actually been super fun. We got here a little bit late, started at 7, we got here like 7:45-ish, and the party actually ends at 9. It's now 8:45. I just wanted to go and give you guys a chance to see me bowl. Let me just say, it is very rusty, so before we get into it, we're actually doing team bowling, myself and Donald versus my manager and the supervisor of engineering. So here's the footage. Finished up bowling, and it was a good night. Not nearly as good as it once was, but we still had a lot of fun for a holiday party. We're headed home. Can't wait to just chill and relax for the rest of the night. Yo, what's up, vlog? Just got back to the casa. It is approximately 9:30 at night, which means my bedtime is 1:30, meaning I gotta pretty much fall asleep by 2 o'clock. To get my 6 hours, I wake up at 8 a.m. Essentially, the only thing I have left to do for today is edit the vlog. All right, guys, we are wrapping up day 5 of the vlog. It is time to go to bed. Yes, that's right. It's Friday night, 1:30 a.m. I gotta crawl into bed. Donald was watching Wonder Woman, so I was watching that as I was editing the vlog. And I must say, I think you guys will really enjoy vlog 4. Obviously that's already out by the time you guys are watching that. So if you guys haven't watched vlog 4 and you're watching vlog 5 right now, go back and give that one a view, because that edit in there was pretty quality in my opinion. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. This vlog was, it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's build together, and once again, let's reach for them higher heights. I'm going to end the vlog by saying this. If you guys keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. Guys, it feels really good to start taking action again going into the new year. I want you guys all to not only take action, but keep it consistent. It's very important for us not to just get frozen up and do the same stuff we've always done, which is nothing. Alright? So let's go into the morning, wake up strong, get through the day. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Motivational tracks from